Hello. Today we are going to take a glimpse at working with Power Query. We'll be looking at more of these over the next couple of weeks, and it's a brilliant way to manipulate your Excel data. So for those of you who've not used Power Query, I highly recommend learning to use it, because you will then be able to work with Power BI much more effectively. So we are looking at a basic Excel table this morning. And in this table, we have our shops. We've also got a series of units sold, which we want to create as a total. Now, yes, we can add another column here and split this column, no problem. We can also put a formula in here, no problem. But what we can do with Power Query is, if you start to learn to use it, it will just give you a much more automated way of doing this by using queries. And it's, as I said, great practice for when you move into Power BI. So let's look at how easy it is to use Power Query on a basic level. So I'm in a table and I want to split this column up. Ordinarily, I may have gone to there and text to columns, but what we're going to do is go to the data ribbon and we're going to go from table or range, which takes us into Power Query. In here, we have our data. And this is asking us what we want to do with it. One of the great things about Power Query is that everything you do is recorded in a macro type fashion. So down here, everything that we are doing is saved in step. So in here, we can format our columns, we can transform our data into date only. So there's no times in there. So it's sorting that out first of all. Secondly, we can split the column by a delimiter. And in Excel, we'd have to have all the extra columns sorted out. In here, it's a space and OK. And we've just got rid of it. We need it to just be the city because we want to use it in a map. So we are going to remove that column, and you can see everything I'm doing is building up on the right-hand side. And lastly, I'm going to add a custom column from Add Column, Custom Columns, and I'm just going to put total units. And this will be very useful if I want to pivot the total units rather than the individual columns of sales figures that we have for each different type of glove. So I'm going to do wool gloves sold plus fleece gloves sold plus leather plus insulated plus thermal gloves sold. There's no warning sign there because after every operand, I've asked it to do something. And OK, and we now have total units. Now, Power Query is actually sitting on top of Excel. It's like an app with inside it. So it's not changed my table directly. My table is just there. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go to File, and basically I close and load it. And it transforms it. This tab is still here. That is still there as normal. And that tab is coming in, transforming my data with my total units. You'll see over on the right-hand side, it's got my query connection on it with my number of rows. And to finish off today, if I added extra data into the bottom of here, so let's say we copied and pasted it, it came from another source. I'm just going to put the 1st of March 25 in for a moment, and I'm going to put Bristol shop. And we have actually gone right down on the sale of gloves because March has been quite a good month. We've taken this data from somewhere else. Okay, so we actually didn't get very many gloves sold at all in the Bristol shop this particular month. So we go back here and we refresh, and that data has automatically come in the right way and updated. So that's a brief introduction to your Power Query and splitting your columns, making it easier. See you next time.